Is this the best player in the world? Everybody keeps linking me their account. Drew, 283 wins, 6 losses. 99% win rate. They're the best player in the world. Well, Detective Drew here is ready to investigate this player that's 800 LP clear of the rank 2 player over on the North American teams ladder. I'm going to jump on the Rift. I'm going to do a little bit of back-end investigations. I'm going to break down this player's game and see, are they the best player in the world, or is this simple fraud? Let's jump into it. Jumping onto the Rift now. Now, obviously, this is pre-made, so this is 5 players against other 5 players who are pre-made. And the one thing that just gets me, guys, is like, if I look at the accounts this guy plays with, obviously he can't play with the same people all the way up to 2,000 points, because they would all be like very high win rate with him up to 2,000 points. So essentially, the only thing that I can think of is happening is he plays with these players for a long enough time till they get a little bit too high, then they all switch accounts, start win trading, and they continuously boost him up. It's kind of like if you've seen Talladega Nights, where Ricky Bobby is rank 1, right? And the rank 2 guy is always just like, he pushes him up, lets him go through, and this is the star of the show. I don't know why he gets to be the #1 star. I'm not sure what's happening, but he is. The most insane win rate we've ever seen ever, in my opinion. But what is actually going on here as interesting early trade? Like, I just genuinely want to see, are they a very talented player, or is every single one of these wins just simply handed over in some type of win trade between a bunch of people's accounts? And you can see here, they get 2v2'd early. Their pre-made gets 2v2'd early. Now, guys, I'm going to pull up some of the OPGGs of the players he plays with. And if you look through this list, okay, you can see this guy on the screen, 0% win rate with Brand, but absolutely Challenger Smurf and everything else. This next guy is playing with 80 carry, 3% Caitlyn win rate, massive win rate on all the other champions. And on these champions, they just run it down and lose the games to a bunch of other accounts who are their friends, who seems like they all play with each other. And all these, there's a massive ecosystem of them all just linking up. And I don't know why Riot isn't going to do anything about it. When Riot Games say, hey, we want to make this game more friendly, we want to make this game better for team play, you know, they want to try and make it more rewarding for the casual player to queue up with their friends. Hey, why isn't the ranked flex ladder taken seriously? Because there's literal massive win trading and a Chinese boosters going on at every rank of it's unplayable. And then they say, oh, boo-hoo, why is no one playing ranked flex? Everyone just wants to play ranked solid. No, you don't clean this up. It's so blatantly obvious what they're doing right. Fix the game. It takes me 2 seconds to go through these people's accounts and realize, hey, this guy is probably not the best support in the world and needs a spot over goddamn Beryl and Kiri in the finals. This guy's probably Grandmaster, Master support with a bunch of probably some Challenger players, Grandmaster players maybe, some high diamonds, and they just switch accounts so the system thinks the MMR is low and they just hard stomp these players in. It's absolutely disgusting. How can you go 280 wins with 6 losses? And they're literally just losing lane. It boggles my mind. And for those 6 games where they lost, I must giggle to myself a little bit as the enemy team, something's going on there, something's gone wrong. One person said, Ricky Bobby, you're not rank 1 anymore. He's gone rogue and he's taken the win for himself. And I respect that guy who's done that. Okay. As it looks like this Echo will look for the flank behind. And don't get it wrong, I think some of these players actually seem pretty good. But even when the rank 1 player on NA, it's a Rumble player at the moment who advertises his boosting service. Like, is it not just that easy for Riot Games to have a small team to fix high elo? Now, I don't want to dig at Riot Games like all the time, you know. I know it's really easy to just be like, oh, fix the game, it's this easy, do that. But like, dude, it can't be genuinely that hard. Just get a couple of employees to look into it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. As it looks like we're going to get another 2v2 down in the bot lane. And they're 2k gold behind. What happens in these games to make them always win? What do you think? Like, I don't see anything really suspicious going off yet. Like, blue team just seems to be hard winning. Is this what they... I don't know what's going on here. Like, are the games actually competitive, or is there someone on the enemy team that is gifting the win? Is there some inside job? As a lot of people have been asking about my predictions on the T1 game. Yes, spoilers by the way. Faker lost the finals. I predicted 3-0 T1 victory. Every single one of my gambles, my bets, my predictions has gone wrong this well. If you were to counter bet my predictions, you would be an absolute millionaire. I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. Don't get it twisted. I may have beaten Dopa, but I can't call the League of Legends game to save my life. Zoe, beautiful bubble. LGD Little Bow comes through. Yonggan Yumi. They all do have it's a lot of non-English names if I'm honest. In the ranked flex Hilo games. Echo. I think he's found a pick here. Beautiful. Kiana's gonna come through. Huge ult. Beifeng Jr. gets a kill. Well done to him. Bryce Rocket. Another account I see. And another thing, guys, by the way, I checked these guys. I checked like 100 of these guys' games. These accounts are all shared. So like you'll see different champions getting pulled out with different runes, different flash on different keys, changing from F to D, to smite from F to D, to this to that. Like there's massive indifferences. There's not just one singular player playing these accounts. There's massive account sharing going on, which is so easily provable also. As it looks like the jungle is probably the best player of the group. Seems like he's really dictating how this game gets set out. Everybody else just survives lanes. The Kiana, the Echo do seem very switched on. So I don't even know if this support player is the best player of the group. Yet he's 2300 LP with 99% win rate. Why, guys? Why him? Why not me? And by the way, for those that are kind of curious as to like why I did this video is, number one, I just want to out these players. Number two, I really actually just wanted to sit down and like watch a game and just talk about it. But number three is they are actually planning to remove all of Duo. Listen to me. They are going to remove all Duo, or all. It's only going to be ranked game mode, by the way. So if you want to play with your buddies, you're going to have to go to this game mode. They're going to, I'm guessing next season they're going to change it from ranked flex to something else. And they're going to make it, they really want to make playing with your friends more competitive. But until they fix problems like this, if they were to remove duo queue, a lot of people are just going to straight up quit because they can't play with their normal friends. And if they want to play a competitive match, they come across to a bunch of win-traded games and a bunch of account sharers. It's not sustainable, right? So just look into it before you make these big changes because I know you're planning on it. As Red Team finally get the gold advantage, by the way. I think it's, if I check the gold, jungle's up 1,000. Everyone else is pretty much behind. As the Aatrox goes down. And like, are they getting, like, this is so much time investment. I don't understand why. Like, they have to be getting some type of monetary reward for these games, no? Otherwise, like, I don't know how you can just sustain playing all these games, win trading, all this account sharing. There has to be some type of money being involved. Otherwise, I can't see it being worth their time. I don't understand. I'd love to get like find one of these guys and just have an interview, like a raw interview, and just ask him like, what is going on here, bro? Why? How? Because they've got an elaborate system to swap accounts to boost the MMR and make sure one guy just gets absolutely thrown to the top. I remember there was a Reddit post about these players. That's how I think I first found out. And then a bunch of people in my Twitch chat were like, dude, check this guy out. He's better than Dopa and solo queue. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. And obviously, Reddit was getting a little bit lippy in some of their comments, you know, saying, oh, definitely Chinese boosters, this and that. Aatrox overextended. And I am planning on doing a Zeka video about the mid laner guys. I think he's owed a video. I don't know about you guys, but coming into the tournament, if someone would tell me, dude, Zek is the best mid of the tournament, he's gonna gap Faker in finals, yeah, I would have said, bro, I'm going to put you into like some type of mental facility. You don't know what you're talking about. So I think I kind of owe it to the guy to get a video out and kind of explain his story, how he's risen up to be considered the best. I think he is the best mid in the world right now. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Knight. I'm sorry, Chovy. I'm sorry, Rookie. I'm sorry to them all. I genuinely think the performance he had at Worlds puts him at the best mid in the world. Which is bizarre. But that's just how sometimes, you know, sometimes these things happen. Someone has so much improvement, they have such a high skill ceiling, and then when everything just clicks, they're just the best. That's how it works. Kiana gets the new Prowler's Claw. Once again, I'm going to give a little bit of praise to Riot Games. The item colorization, the skin team, they do very well. They do very well for the game, I must admit. Skin team, very well. The itemization, coloring, doing very well. When it comes to behavioral and some of the balances, terrible job. Horrendous job. Now, when I think about it, what makes them money? I mean, the skin team, the design team probably makes them beautiful. This Echo is very good. I can probably see where they are putting most of their resources, which I respect. I'm a businessman as well, of course, guys. I know a lot of you guys specifically turn your ad block off for my videos on YouTube only, just to make sure I'm getting money and putting food on the table for my children, and 3 wives and 57 children out there that, you know, that I have potentially not met, that are just wandering out there, just wondering who their father is. It's me. I'm here. But anyways, I digress as we get into the game. 1,000 gold lead. 600 gold lead, sorry maths. For red side here. And this game doesn't even look win trade. It looks very tight. Yes or no? It looks very close. So like, I don't know if anyone on the blue side is secret agents. But there's no possible way you could be 280 wins, 6 losses, and just being on a lucky streak. There has to be win trades, and there has to be a massive mismatch in skill. And I genuinely think that this Echo is probably a high challenger player, looking at the way he plays. But once again, it's flex. I don't know the rank. If the skill level of the enemy is silver, then maybe not. Don't know. So hard to tell. But I have seen... Nice poke. I have seen in some of their games, so in the flex mode, 2v2s, actually really well played. In some of their flex games, they go up against laners that are like Grandmaster and Master. And the mid laner and the jungler are still able to gap Master and Grandmaster players. So like, they're obviously not just Diamond players. They're very good. They're very talented at the game. And if you do notice anything sus in these games that I maybe haven't, let me know. Or with the accounts, let me know in the comments. I definitely will link this video maybe to a writer and just be like, hey dude, can you just check this out? Like, I'm sure they have knowledge of what's going on here. There's just simply no way you wouldn't have knowledge. It's like an entire matchmaking for their game. It's Karma, Caught, straight up dead. Like, why have a game mode if you're not monitoring? You're not monitoring it. And I mean, I'm wondering, guys, like, what can Riot do to make... Like, what's the solution to making a fun, competitive team environment? Is it voice comms for solo queue? Obviously not. They're not going to implement solo queue voice comms. They've said that 100 times over, which is a shame. I think giving it a go in preseason would always be a little bit of fun. But at the end of the day, like, the ranked flex mode... Like, you already have, like, if you team up with buddies, you already have some type of voice chat. Some type of opt-in voice chat would be kind of cool. Maybe a better place to find friends and teammates they could maybe innovate. I don't know. Because I think League of Legends, when you're playing in a 5-man pre-made, have you ever played Clash? If you guys have a couple of friends, play Clash. That is how League of Legends should be played. It is so fun to play as a 5, competitively, trying to shot call, trying to draft, late game team fights, things like this. That's what League of Legends was all about. And if you've only ever played solo and you've never experienced that, you've never really experienced League of Legends, I don't think. That is better than anything I've ever felt. As Echo tries to get the steal, not able to get it. And Zoe's actually pretty good, if I'm honest. Getting really nice skill shots, good bubbles. I'm going to look up the Zoe solo queue rank. I think it is... Let's have a look. So Zoe's a Diamond 4 Zoe's unranked, actually. It says that she's been Diamond in previous seasons, but has a very high win rate on Kiana, on Echo. Duos every single game with some of these players. Interesting. I'm gonna check. Kiana, Zoe. All these accounts in rank flip. Beautiful pick. Just looks so suspicious, bro. Like, I can't confirm anything, but like, just some of the teams that they've been playing with, it just doesn't look right. Anyways, let's not make assumptions. Let's just watch it play out and call it as it is. I definitely think Red side have just completely taken over the mid game here. The Echo's objective control, 2 dragons, the heralds, the picks. He just runs the map with the Kiana, and it seems like this guy, this LPL add oil guy that has the most insane win rate, he may be one of the weakest members of the team. I genuinely think that, and it's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre. I cannot. Please, somebody explain to me like why. I can't wrap my head around it. Maybe it is just to get a boost in insane win rate, and everyone will be like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Is that all it is? I don't know. Interesting. As this Jax has some TF Blade mentality, doing very well. Bo Sao Dong. Yonggan Yumi. Cheap Forever's in. All the boys coming together. I definitely wouldn't want blue side to go late game. Cog Lulu with the Kindred Jack split. I think it's going to come down to shot calling probably in 5-mans. Kiana hits into the side lane. This guy's Kiana's good though. Made a couple of mistakes early on, but it seems like his mid-game Kiana is very good. Knows how to play it. But guys, like I've watched thousands, if not tens of thousands of like high elo, Challenger Korea, Challenger China. I've watched the best games, and this is not, this guy's 2000 LP, high elo, but like this is not a high elo game. I can watch it, I can decipher. This is not like, these players aren't anything exceptional. The only player that's looking actually solid is the Echo. The rest look very just competent is probably the word I would put together. And I would love if someone, like an actual good team, just came through and absolutely romped these players. Just put them in their place a little bit, you know? Core JJ makes a little flex team. I definitely think maybe putting a reward, some type of, I know they do this with Champions Queue, but some type of monetary reward. Beautiful there, holy moly. I actually want to replay in this bot lane. Some type of monetary reward for the ranked team, 5-man, like a clash thing would kind of, I mean, essentially they got that in LCS, but it'd be kind of cool just for people to put their teams together. But once again, that's clash. Like, it's all just so mixed together. I don't understand this game mode. Just like at the rejects. Nice. That Kindred is, I don't know what's going on there. Sure. Echo at this stage is too big. He's going to get Lich Bane into Death Cap and just one-tap everything. I say this 1,000 times, guys. Echo is a very underrated champion for climbing within solo queue. Nothing quite snowballs like it. Great in the meta at the moment. Lich Bane got a buff. Echo doing phenomenally. Got a buff as well. And I think if you're playing mid lane or jungle, Echo, it's a great counter pick to things like the Azir, the Victor, the Syndra coming into the meta. I mean, Victor's been in the meta for a while, but just hold off on that early game. Come into the side lane, take over the game. Even if you're a jungler, you can side lane. Focus. 2,500. This Varus is actually starting to perform pretty well. Finally, Aatrox dies. This Aatrox doing nothing once again. It just feels like there's placeholder team members, and then there's just the hyper carry. The hyper carry high elo jungle. Baron Rush coming through. Actually, it's a really bad Baron Rush. I don't think there's any access. Kiana's here as well with ultimate. The third dragon coming up. This Echo just stacks objectives against these lesser junglers. Jungler is the most important role, especially in teams like this. And he'll just run through and leads the team as per usual. And do I think these players all need to be permabanned? Yes. Like, no offense to them, but like, if they're doing all this suspicious win trading and stuff like that, they're bad for the competitive ladder. It's against the TOS, the rules. You shouldn't be account sharing. You can't be win trading. You can't be boosting. Like, they need to issue harsh punishments, like actual IP bans, like they used to do. I don't know. Third dragon comes through. It's just going to be a nice steady win from here. Nothing blue team can do from here. The Echo is competent. He'll be able to shot call his way into the mid game. And I think I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit to the next team fight. I'm not going to sit around all day here. Echo might be caught, looking for some Baron control. Ults back. Almost gets the one tap onto the Kiana. Sorry, onto the Kindred. But he's going very low here, and he will go down to the Kog'Maw. And blue team actually fighting back a bit. Karma makes her way in. Now Kiana is starting to fill the shoes of the Echo, doing very well. Blast in for Varus. 3-man. That should mean they get the Nash. This Jax is actually making their life very hard, by the way. So they'll just secure the Nash, but this Jax is so much better than the Aatrox. As I say that, gets collected by Rice Rocket. Like, blindly looking at CS scores and build order and stuff like that, like, this just looks like low master tier game for blue side. Probably even die. Like, some of the members on blue side are pretty bad. And maybe, like, except for the Aatrox, maybe, like, Grandmaster level play. And then Echo maybe Challenger. Like, that's what it seems like to me. Kiana. Literally just fail ult, okay. Definitely not a Beifang a watcher. Or maybe he is and just does what I do as Echo gets the double. And he's too far ahead here. Actually going to go for a defensive setup with the Hourglass. Not even going to go all the way for the Death Cap. Aatrox shoves in. They've got the Baron. Macro decent. They're going to look for the recall. And I don't know, boys. As we just push through to the last fight, I'm keen to wrap this up. Aatrox is going to find the Kog'Maw. Whole team runs through. Varus Q misses. Like, there's just so many small micro issues here. Jax TP's in. And they should, with the Nash, just be able to close this out. Gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it for today's video. Like, this is not the perfect player. This is some type of fraud that's happening in the high elo ranked flex ladder. I think Riot Games need to address and fix it. But until next time, that's Detective Drew out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.